specifically
actor.
remember a very like graphic and visual like maybe helicopter crash, and then you get pulled out of the fire and like you're presumed dead, but you see your like squad mates getting pulled away, and then like you wake up later on and it's just like you and one other guy like on this island or this area, and like the whole place is on a manhunt for you. That could be so many games. Yeah, I don't know.
We live now?
We are
Rawr.
right on time.
Oh my,
You
that's
look so
exciting.
surprised.
I am.
Your face was like, we're live? Broadcasting to the internet? BuffCast episode 13? With your host
I
on
can't.
my
It's
left?
really exciting that we're on episode 13.
Yeah,
We've been doing this for a bit now.
it's like we have.
We
I
did
guess-
take that one like month-long break.
Dad,
Yeah,
we
that
don't
was-
talk about that.
That was a thing. That was needed, I feel like. We had to make this online transition.
Oh, it was absolutely needed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to BuffCast episode 13. Exciting things as always in the gaming world, and we'll cover it.
This is true. And these exciting things in the gaming world this week are pretty much, I don't know if it's fair to say that they're coming out of left field. They weren't expected for me. I don't even know if I'm using that phrase right. But I think Ubisoft is very well set up to win this fall in terms of game releases. They just had Ubisoft Forward, and I think they did a really good job. And they said that there's going to be another event just like this later in the fall. I don't know if it will be the same size or if it will have the same amount of releases. Probably not, because they already showed us
Would
their
they?
3 AAAs. But they said another
Would they be
string.
like announcing games for like the spring or something, or?
Maybe. I mean, already some of these games are 2021.
Yeah, that's true.
Watch Dogs was. So, what was your like? What did you guys really like the most from the presentation? Carson, maybe.
Watch Dogs Legion was the only one I actually watched. I mean, looking at their list, there really isn't a lot of stuff that seems interesting. Like, okay, you got Assassin's Creed, Far Cry 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they got a bunch of random mobile stuff. Like Brawlhalla is coming to iPhone and like iOS and Android. But I think the only one I actually watched, so not really my favorite, just the only one I know about is the new Watch Dogs game.
Mhm.
You can kind of just recruit NPCs into your hacker group
Anyone.
and then use them in missions and stuff. And it seems cool. It looks
Yeah, I'm
nice.
curious how they're gonna go with that.
Yeah. Did you catch
I-
any of that, Leo? Like, did you see how that works? You can
Yeah.
somehow more or less recruit any NPC and have their like origin story, like mission, and then like they join your hacker group.
And don't
That's
like
cool.
each NPC have like their own like
like
characteristics and abilities.
Right. Yeah.
Like I remember seeing there was like this like drunkard, and he's really good in brawls or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there was like a granny. I don't know what the hell she does,
Yeah, me
but there's
neither.
a granny. And then there's like just different types of people that can do different types of things, which is pretty cool. I'm just curious to see how they're gonna. I mean, no flame at Ubisoft, but they do have a pretty good history of some buggy games as we've seen. So I'm not sure how having all these NPCs with all unique abilities is going to work out, but I'm open for it. I want to see how it's going to go, and I think it'll be a nice step forward.
I mean, it looked cool. Everything looked nice and I guess up to par for a typical
Mhm.
Ubisoft game. Facial animations looked really meh to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's usually the thing with Ubisoft games is like,
Well, it's an open world game. It's kind of meh to begin with.
I think like I can't believe I'm using XQC as a legitimate reference here, but what he said with I think he was talking about Watch Dogs, or maybe he was talking about like one of the games that got announced this week, is that it was way more like gimmicky and like environment interaction focused rather than like a linear story. And like I don't know, sometimes you feel like it can just go off the rails so much, like rather than this like actually like really well put together campaign and storyline. Like you get all these gimmicks that you can like you can take this one mission like any way you want with whoever you want, but like, is the story even going to be that good? If like, how is there going to be a defined story arc if you can play the same mission as an old grandma or one of the security guards? I feel like it'll just be like a bunch of write-off missions and then like major story missions every 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I love the franchise, so I'm excited for it. Watch Dogs was super hype way back, way back when the first
Yeah,
one came
I'll
out.
be honest, I never played the second one. I've always wanted to, and I kind of was hoping I would watch the Ubisoft event, and I got distracted. But I Watch Dogs 1 was fun, you know, a little janky, but that's fine.
Right.
So this one it's going to be interesting. It really is. That's what I got to say about it.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have any memory of the online for Watch Dogs?
A little bit.
Very poorly. I remember playing it on the 360, which that weird transitionary period where games were on last gen and current gen.
Oh yeah, that was.
But they were
Yeah, it
both
was that
bad.
really awkward time period.
And it looked kind of bad, and it ran fairly bad. It was
Yeah.
That was
It was
such
more-
a weird time period. Like the games were releasing on both sides. I remember when Call of Duty Black Ops 3 released
Mhm.
on the 360 and the Xbox One, but when it came out on the 360, there was no campaign. It was only multiplayer. It was
Wait, that was
I'm-
Black Ops what?
3.
3.
Was that? I'm trying to think because launch year was Advanced Warfare, I think, or no, Ghost. I
Yeah.
think.
Right.
And then that was the next year.
Yeah, that was the next.
Oh,
They were
really?
still. It was like I was saying. It was that weird time period where they were still
Mm-hmm.
trying to include last gen, but last gen couldn't handle the newer games, so they had to like gut the game in order for it to be able to play.
Right. I thought, or like, I just vividly remember having, I think I traded in my Xbox 3. I pre-ordered an Xbox One, then I traded in my Xbox 360 to GameStop to get the like last little bag of change that I could. And I think, or like right before I did that, I really wanted Battlefield 4, but I already had it pre-ordered for Xbox One. But I was like, Mom, my friend's having it now. Like, it's a month. I need to play this. And it was like the most immature child. Like, I couldn't see that literally if I wait a month, I already have this game pre-ordered for the next gen. And now I don't have to deal with any of that because we're on PC. But it was like I want it now.
I want to play it now. Well, yeah, of course, because all your friends are gonna have a blast and you're not there.
Yeah, they're all gonna like if the ranks carried over, they're gonna a month. You kidding me?
That's ample time.
In friend groups now, especially on PC, a month. We cycle games like weekly.
Yeah, it's kind of sad how fast I cycle through games.
Yeah, it's not good, but that's a whole
I-
other.
I don't just cycle through games. I cycle through the same 3 games.
Yeah,
Like I'll play one
that's
game and be
fair.
like, all right, this is fun, and then I'll be like, next one, all right, and then repeat it.
I
Yeah.
feel like my cycle always goes back to Minecraft somehow. I played Valorant a bunch, probably played it too much. Went back to Minecraft.
See, I feel like if I set myself in a goal in Minecraft, I'd probably go back to it. But I played a lot of Minecraft, like on 360, which I know is not really the most legit.
Hey, I did the same.
That was how I started Minecraft, was on the 360
Yeah, same here.
8 years ago. I feel
Like
so
my
old now.
PC couldn't handle it. My PC actually couldn't run Minecraft. I tried to run the demo, and my game was running at like 10 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
The Minecraft demo.
Wow.
Oh, looking back, that's so funny. I couldn't even make a house because I kept dying, just because I kept falling off of it.
I think I scuffed a lot of experiences like that. Like I had a 360 and then like a really bad HP laptop, and I tried to play games on there. Like I tried TF2 and I was getting like 5 FPS, and I was like, this game sucks. And then I never played TF2. Like I once I finally got a gaming PC, I don't know if like I got DayZ, Arma 3, like all the heavy hitter PC titles of like 15, like everything
Yeah.
that I saw random Frankie on PC and 1080 and Jack Frags, like just all the like English YouTubers forever, like for whatever reason playing the like insanely like large military sims that people use like 10% of the functions for. Like Arma 3 roleplay is the most. Oh god, what a waste of time.
I tried to do that stuff. I don't think I have the patience for it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I never had a good experience in DayZ or Arma, really. It just takes way too much to get into it. Like, I had infinitely better memories on Gary's mod and Counter-Strike.
Yes, Gmod. All
Yeah.
right, we'll get
Yeah,
back
I was
into
about
that
to
later.
say, don't know how we got here, but
Yeah, it's all right. It happens all the time. It's the best part. All
let's
right,
close
moving
up on
on.
Watch Dogs before we
Yeah,
move
we
on. Like, one thing I wanted to bring up is, how do we feel about the map and the overall story arc on that? Because the first one was set in Chicago, maybe? It's like Chicago or Detroit?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know
I
it was
think
a
the
city,
second
but
one was
it wasn't California and it wasn't New York. I think it was Chicago. And it was, like, a relatively realistic story.
Chicago, Watch Dogs 1,
And then 2 was San
and Watch
Francisco,
Dogs.
I believe.
Yeah, San Francisco.
It was a
And
relatively...
the next one is going to be London,
Yeah.
right?
So those first two games weren't really that far-fetched. I mean, like, it was kind of like there's like a software, like facial rec was like completely developed. Like you could hack everything from your phone just so quickly. Like, not completely realistic, but like they were at least like yeah, I could see that happening in the next like 6 years if like Facebook became like the sole technology company and just like ruined our lives. But this,
I one of the thing I liked the most about Watch Dogs 1 was how you can like scan civilians and you can see like that like awkward, like that weird
that was
little
so
blurb, like is a brony or something like that. I remember seeing that one time. I was
That
like,
was the whole idea, was just scanning random people, not even playing the game.
yeah. But now with Legion, it's like full on. It's in England, right? And it's like full on police state. Like, you go outside, you are being watched. Like, if you're even allowed outside, like it's like a full on like anarchy. Like, I don't even know. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Because now it's like, I don't feel like you have the stealth factor anymore, or that you really can. Like, there's ginormous drones that you can ride, but they're meant for like facial rec, or they're like construction drones. Like, it's really far-fetched and out there. Like,
I'm sure there's a way they're going to implement an ability to do stealth because there's always been a stealth aspect in Watch Dogs, you know.
Yeah.
So there's definitely got to be maybe like they just beef up your hacking skills compared to the past or something like that. But it'll be interesting. I mean, it's going to be more difficult, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
That's
going on to the next part of you play forward was Far Cry 6.
Yes.
And personally, I'm pretty excited for this. I've always loved the Far Cry series, pretty much all of them, except for I didn't play the New Dawn or the Far Cry 5 at all. My dad did, but I didn't. But those games seem pretty cool. The new one's going to take place in a fictional country. What was it called again? Yara?
Yeah, I believe Yara. Regardless of what it's called, it's supposed to be Cuba from what people have picked up. Yeah, I'm super excited for that one.
Yeah, and we've got our you guys have seen the cinematic trailer, right? The little the teaser one, and then the next one with what's the main villain's name? I forget. Is it?
I don't know his name, but the actor is Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just trying to figure out the villain. I always forget his name.
From Breaking Bad.
So we have the dictator, and we've got his son.
Yeah.
And now they're already like with these trailers developing like a father-son connection, and these are supposed to be like, you know, technically the bad guys of the story. So it's going to be interesting how that's going to play. I always like it when Far Cry has, you know, likable villains, you know.
Right. Yeah, likable is an interesting term there.
Yeah, maybe not likable, but you know, they're very. You may not like them, but they're giving them plenty of screen time, and that's what matters, in my opinion. Like Voss, he had tons of screen time, you know, from all those wacky trailers they released on YouTube, like when Far Cry 3 was coming out, and then Voss in the game was just absolutely bonkers. And then Far Cry 4 happened. I don't remember that villain's name, but he was really cool. And then Far Cry 5 is just a.
4 was like the guy with like the bleach blonde hair and like a purple suit, right?
Yeah, he was really funny.
Yeah.
He's on the cover too.
Well, the one I really played was the Blood Dragon, or the weird 80s neon.
Yeah, Blood Dragon.
The one Far Cry that's like not a Far Cry. The one that isn't that like a mix between like, wasn't that supposed to be like a Crisis crossover or something?
I don't know. That's the only one I've ever
played.
Still
technically Far Cry,
Oh, I thought it
It's
was.
tons of fun. It's a blast. Blood Dragon's so much
I got
fun.
it free somewhere. I don't remember what platform. I think it was.
I got it
I
for
remember
free
what,
as well.
I don't remember what platform it was on, but I got it for free and I played it. Like,
Yeah.
I
okay,
think
it's
it was
cool.
I think Uplay was just giving it for free.
Oh yeah, I have not installed Uplay, or I forgot even Uplay was a
I
thing.
haven't even touched it in a long time either. But I remember that's how I got Far Cry Blood Dragon. Was Uplay put it for free, and I was like, okay, sure. I'm never gonna pay for this, so I'll gladly play it.
Yeah. I think George is in our chat. I think that's George, and then it says Pagan Min was from
Pagan
Far Cry.
Min, yes,
Yeah.
he was great.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like Thailand or like a Southeast
I think it was-
Asian country.
I think
Yeah,
it was
about.
Nepal or the Himalayas.
Oh, okay.
Seems cool. I mean, I never played it. I feel like they didn't really play a lot of games at this, like the early start of the generation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
actually didn't play
was
Far
a
Cry
good time.
3, so I know very much well the stigma Voss has, but I never played Far Cry 3, so
Really, you never did?
no, I don't know.
Upsetting.
Just
It's a
missed
great
it.
game. Wonderful time.
Yeah, I think Far Cry 4 was my first Far Cry. And then 5, I didn't play 5, but I saw a decent amount of 5. 5 looks really good.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good game. It's just I don't know. I just didn't like the idea of it. I don't know. It's just cults, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Wait, actually, now that I think about it, did I play Far Cry 5? Or does Breakpoint have like the exact same storyline of like you crashing on an island, or not an island, like, well, yeah, an island, and like there's like a cult there. I think Breakpoint does the exact same thing, doesn't it?
Well, Breakpoint's not a cult. It just
Well,
has
Breakpoint's a military, but
yeah.
yeah,
It has that. What's that guy's name? John Bernthal, I think
I
his
don't know.
name is.
I specifically
Actor.
remember a very like graphic and visual like maybe helicopter crash, and then you get pulled out of the fire and like you're presumed dead, but you see your like squad mates getting pulled away, and then like you wake up later on and it's just like you and one other guy like on this island or this area, and like the whole place is on a manhunt for you. That could be so many games. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's like any generic FPS, pretty much.
yep. Yep.
Like
But,
any Call of Duty probably has that exact scene that you just described.
yeah,
I can name already like
that's fair. It was definitely a
majority of
Ubisoft.
the
It was a
Call of
Ubisoft title though. I know that.
yeah.
But yeah, Far Cry 6. One thing to close on that. Who are we playing as? I'm confused.
Have they said anything yet?
Not really. Like, are we playing as the villain? Because there was mention of like you're a dictator with his people fighting back towards you, but that would be so improbable. Otherwise, you're gonna have to be like, what, the lead protester, or are you gonna be like the military coming in on a helicopter, and then there's a crash, and
And then you get shot down for trying to intervene.
then you get pulled out, and you're presumed dead.
And then the people are like, "You're our only hope," and you're like, "Well, okay, I guess so." And then you overthrow the entire government.
Yeah, you just you win Cuba, like
No, Yara.
Yara.
Get it
of
right.
course, Yep. Yep. Yeah.
But other words, I'm excited for Far Cry 6. I can't wait to see some gameplay trailers for that. That's gonna be fun. The graphics look. I mean, obviously there's cinematics, but the animations look stellar as always.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I
if you
showed it to my dad. He was like, "Is this real?" I'm like, "No, this is animation."
yeah, I try to hype it up to my parents. Well, sometimes when I'm like directly just presenting a video game, I try to like really hype it up, and this helped because I showed them like the cinematic trailer, explained to them that it's the guy from Breaking Bad, and then showed them the actual trailer, and my dad's like, "Oh yeah, I might check that out." He plays like one story game a year. Other than that, it's like CS:GO and Farming Simulator.
My dad only
My
cares
dad-
about COD. Like, I'll try to show
Ah.
the cool games. Like, no, is it Call of Duty? No, okay.
Just a
Yeah, he's
diehard
playing-
Call of Duty fan.
My dad's played. Actually, I think he's played all the Far Cry games except for the first one. He played Far Cry 2. He said that was his favorite. No, and then he played Far Cry 3. He loved that. Far Cry 4 as well. I bought him Far Cry 5 for Christmas. He played that immediately, and now I guess 6 he's pretty hyped for that.
Yeah. I mean, strip away the gameplay, and just have the story, I know it's going to be amazing. Like, I feel like the game might not have the greatest gameplay. I'm just kind of having a gut feeling that they might have put too much into the story. It might kind of get tanked reviews. But I think given the cast that they're putting into, the amount of mocap they're doing, they have all these behind-the-scenes documentaries, or not documentaries, just like shorts on how they're doing the mocap, the character arcs, just so much on it. Like, I think the story is going to be good despite the gameplay. Like, I'm hopeful for it.
I think so too. I think maybe the story's gonna carry the game, and that's okay with me. I really enjoy a game with a good story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't had that much lately, so
Yeah, no. Speaking of
I'll
a game that normally has a really good story and gameplay can be all over the map, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm pretty out of touch with Assassin's Creed right now for at least the past, probably, I have to say, since Unity. Because Unity was the first Assassin's Creed I bought that came out like once I was on PC. And as we all know, Unity was terrible on PC. It was completely unoptimized. It was like 15 FPS. The face, like, there's the classic meme.
It was constant glitches, falling through maps.
It was a mess. It was my freaking childhood dream to play Assassin's Creed co-op. Like, this was gonna be it. I was like, holy shit, this will be the year. The trailer for that with the, like, I think it's like Lord in the music and like the four assassins goes hard to this day. But the game,
I'm pretty sure I was a third of those views on YouTube. All right, for that trailer, I showed that trailer to every single one of my family members. I was so excited for that game. Yeah. And I couldn't get it because I was like, oh, it's coming on Xbox One. I need an Xbox One. And then it released, and then I was really upset that I couldn't play it. And then I learned that it was absolutely terrible, and I felt so good. And then I went back to play Brotherhood.
Yeah, it's just like, and now like I think Ubisoft is scarred, and they will not try a co-op Assassin's Creed for so long.
Yeah,
probably.
I realized how terrible it worked.
I really hope they do try again, because I think the technology is there. I think if they're really careful, they can do it. Because I still really want that. And if they sign Lord again and make another trailer with one of her tracks. I don't know. Anyways, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Vikings now. I'm so out of touch.
Yeah,
it's like, how did we get here? When I left, we were in Europe for like the entire decade, and now we went to. Let's see, we stopped in the French Revolution, and then we did like the pyramids for a little bit. And then
we went to Egypt, and then we went to Greece, and now we're Vikings.
Now we're Vikings.
All right, so I'm pretty excited for this game. A lot of people are they have very skeptical reviews about it already, since not many people like the whole RPG aspect of Assassin's Creed. People are like, oh, wow. It's not
Carson?
What happened, Carson?
I don't know. I think the call is slowly dying because... Oh.
Yeah, your quality just tanked.
Same for you.
Can you still see me, though?
Yeah.
He's going mobile.
Oh, I have to use data because they're... All
right, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going.
Alright, so just don't talk. Just don't talk.
Don't talk, Carson.
Alright.
Well, apparently AT&T decided to do service, so I'm back.
Oh, okay. Where are you? Oh, it's in and out. Where you are now is somewhat stable. This is a predicament.
Do you want me to keep going, or?
We now interrupt this Assassin's Creed segment to talk about mobile games like Brawlhalla coming to your phone this fall. That was a thing from the Ubisoft Forward. Now back to Assassin's Creed, because I think Carson is stable.
All right, I'll get back to it. So not a lot of people like the whole RPG aspect of it, and stuff like that. But I think that's the direction that Ubisoft has to go for the Assassin's Creed franchise in order to make it still, liked and played. Because as fun as they were in the past, I know for a fact that, people love to complain. So if Ubisoft kept doing the same, same gameplay of Assassin's Creed, people would be like, oh my God, they're just copying, pasting. It's always the same. It's just the same game over and over again. And then once they try doing something different, people are like, we want the old stuff back, even though they would complain about it. But Valhalla, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be pretty cool. They've got rating. They've got rating. I don't
Wait,
know much
so
else.
is there naval gameplay?
I think so. Like not intense like Black Flag by any means, since it's in the past more.
Hmm.
But you still can raid on ships, on your warships, and there's probably still like boarding and attacking like that.
Right.
The one thing that I'm very curious how they're going to work is apparently in the game itself you can switch your gender like while fighting. Apparently you
Wait,
can
what?
like yeah, you in the animus or something like that, you're able to like alter the memories like on spot of your past ancestors and just change between what's the character's name, like e whatever the character's name is. You can swap between the male and the female version, like just back and forth kind of thing. I just know that. I don't know much else. Apparently it also affects, does it affect gameplay? I don't know.
I was gonna ask why. Why is that? Is it like, do you go from like a big beefy Viking to like a nimble like female character? Is
Maybe.
that
I'm not too sure.
I'm not fully sure the concept there, but I mean,
It seems interesting.
maybe. The way you like, my mind just like was picturing weird because you're like mid fight and I'm like picturing like this giant Viking swinging down an axe and then like mid swing you turn to like a small frail woman and then the axe comes down. I don't know.
Oh, she's probably strong as shit. I mean, I don't know yet. It may not be mid-fight. I could have read that wrong
Oh
or
no,
something
don't
like
get me
that.
wrong. Every
I just
female.
saw that in it was like those IGN Snapchat stories where they talk
Right.
about games. I was like, I'll look at this. But I mean, listen, it's gonna be. I'm open for it. I'm gonna see the gameplay trailer. They have released a gameplay trailer of raiding a town. So
Oh,
if anyone wants to see gameplay of that, so you can not hear my weird explanation of it.
yeah, I think I saw them getting a fort, but I'll have to check out the town. Um, I just hope that
Fine.
the fort, it's not, they didn't call it a fort, they called it something like, it seemed like a pretty fundamental like aspect of the game is like capturing territories or capturing forts. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, like as good as Assassin's Creed's may be getting, I think it's still inevitably, as like Video Game Donkey says, if you've ever seen his videos on Assassin's Creed, like it's like a following simulator, and then like it's like the same four missions like over and over again. So hopefully they've gotten a little bit better in like the time that
Yeah.
they've taken off. But before that, like whether it was Black Flag, like you would constantly be attacking the same fort, and then like destroy the cannons, take over the fort, kill the like whatever commander, get the loot, leave, assassinate this guy. Like hopefully it's not really just kind of a like same thing over and over again.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's pretty cool. You can like follow the rivers in the game, and then you take the boat and you go and raid with your troops, and you can command them and stuff.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to see where they switch between the characters, but I'm trying to find that. You guys keep going. I'll when I find it, I'll
Yeah.
mention.
Carson, did you catch anything else from the show that caught your eye?
I mean, if I had the link open, if my internet was working, and
Fair
Brawlhalla seemed interesting because mobile. I really don't know how well fighting games move to mobile. I know that Injustice is fairly popular, and there's also Mortal Kombat mobile.
Oh, really?
Um,
But those are both
never
like,
really.
mobile adaptations, I assume, right?
Yeah,
Especially
mobile
with
version.
Mortal Kombat, because that would not really be touchscreen friendly.
No, I haven't really played any of the Assassin's Creeds. I
Ever?
mean, they all just kind of look the same. Kind of follow someplace, walk to someplace, stab some guy, jump out of tall buildings, stab another guy.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
that for.
I said it myself, and it's true. But I also accredit Assassin's Creed largely to my like passion for history when I was in school.
Yeah, same
That
here.
that and Rick Riordan, the combination of the Rick Riordan series and Assassin's Creed gave me like a good knowledge or at least passion for like I guess European history and then Greek gods. And I was like
Pretty
all
much.
tanked up on it. I was like, I know everything about this one irrelevant thing. besides the European history part. That's not the part that I meant was irrelevant. I meant the Greek gods, just to clarify.
No, everything else relevant. You said it yourself.
Relevant. Revolution? Irrelevant. Our past? Relevant.
Damn it, I didn't find it.
Um,
I didn't get to see the transition sequence.
yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, you know what had a little bit of a redemption arc for me? It was Hyperscape.
Really? How so?
I don't know if you guys remember when Hyperscape came out and we were talking about it, but I kind of mentioned how, like, I don't see there being a good story here. Like, I don't know how. Like, you pick one of 8 characters and you're, like, in this abyss, and then, like, you're on this map that, like, disappears as a zone, and I'm like, what's the thing here? Like, what am I doing? Like, I was like, how is it? Like, what is this? And I was like, this is just going to, like, be a little arcadey battle royale for a couple weeks, and then it's going to get old. But they released the story during the presentation, and apparently it's very reminiscent of Ready Player One, if you guys are familiar.
Really?
In a sense.
So it's just going to be average then, if we're going off of how Ready Player One went.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, it was. Are we gonna get into movie reviews now? Just my hot takes.
I mean, like, part of me's kind of waiting for it. Give me a hot take. You don't have to dive into it, but
the movie was 6 out of 10. It was kind of meh. It was just
I
like,
liked
hey,
it.
I liked it too. It was like, hey, remember Star Wars? I mean, they had Master Chief in it. That's the only reason why it's okay.
It wasn't just Star Wars. They had a ton of things in there.
I
know.
They had Fortnite, didn't they? Did Fortnite? Was
No.
Fortnite the No. But it was like,
No.
There was the Tracer from Overwatch in there.
oh, that's what.
They-
that's probably
Oh,
what it
yeah.
They had Ninja Turtles. They had Gundams. They had listen. It was a pop culture movie. It was just meant to be a movie that implements everything that we know today, and that's what made me happy. I mean, did you guys hear about the second movie coming out?
Well, the second book for now. But
Yeah, second book. Sorry, Ready Player 2.
I did, yeah. That's another thing. I'm guilty. I did not read the book, but I heard the book is a million times better than the movie.
Oh,
Probably,
Which
yeah.
is the case. But there's a lot of, like, small details. Like, I think I don't know why this, like, stuck out to me, but one thing they left out, like, in the book, the main character, he's like, I have to exercise for 30 minutes on, like, the VR treadmill thing before my computer, like, lets me game. Like, something like that. Like, it's like society, like, to force, like, exercise or fitness, like, it wouldn't let him on his computer. But that detail is entirely cut out of the movie. I just literally, like,
Yeah, because they
remember,
probably wanted to like
they don't want to talk about
I don't know why
exercise. They want to talk
that,
about,
that
like,
seems like a cool thing though.
guns and an overcoming story. Yeah, I wish I had that self-discipline.
Do
yeah.
30 push-ups before you start gaming.
Yeah, my webcam just, like, counts. That'd be horrifying. Anyways, back to Hyperscape. The reason that I made the connection between Ready Player One and that is because the story trailer that they have has a narrator, and she's like, it's the year, like, 20 or 30 whatever, and, like, all, like, it's like, I think they said, like, 12 billion of us, like, live here on this planet, and it's, like, completely overcrowded, and, like,
What? That's a lot of people.
whatever it is, like, it's something like
They
that.
they just added 4 billion people to planet Earth.
Yeah, something like that, and they're like we're out of room, like, there's, like, that's why, like, the city is so dense, and it's like, that's why, like, Nexon Corp, like, designed the Hyperscape, an escape from reality. And I was like, dude, this is it. This is, like, this is what you got, Ubisoft.
Like, this is your story.
A VR escape from reality. And then so have you guys played Hyperscape? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to, like, kind of explain.
You're gonna have to compare. You're gonna have to carry
I'll
this
have to go more.
conversation. I'm sorry,
Okay. So
Carson, you're muted. We can't hear you.
I think that's okay because there's a little bit of feedback. If you just unmute when there's a comment. Now your camera's not on.
No, his camera's on.
Oh, there we go.
No, now he's muted.
Yeah, that's all right.
Now you're good. Now
I'm
speak.
we're gonna go Hyperscape.
Yeah. Go.
Whatever the company was, it's on the vans. It's like Nexon or whatever. And, like, it's like this, like, main protagonist is like, and that's why Nexon invented the Hyperscape, an escape from reality. And they're like, and the most exciting part of Hyperscape is the crown rush, like, which, like, whatever the battle royale, like, moment thing is. And they're like, whatever, like, whoever wins the crown rush, that could change your life forever. And it shows, like, the crown, because there's 2 ways of winning Hyperscape: being the last alive, like a typical battle royale, or extracting a crown, I believe. a crown that's like central in the map or like hidden on the map and like gives away your location. Then you have to get to an extraction point. Something. I've never actually done that route. I've only just played it like a regular battle royale. And she's like, because like the whole idea is like you play like the Crown Rush in the VR game, and like if you're like, I don't know if when you die in Hyperscape Battle Royale, if you die in real life in this story arc, but I know if you get the crown, like you get riches like IRL.
It's
So
probably
that, like,
something similar to like Ready Player One in
Yeah.
the sense like
somewhat.
you know,
But
you,
then
get, you
yeah.
killed, you're like, my character's dead, kind of thing.
Yeah. So then, as I've mentioned, the zone in that game is like the map is asymmetrical once the zone starts closing, and it just like closes off different districts. And how it does that is the buildings turn black and they just like phase to nothing. So
Yeah, they like start like dissolving, right?
yeah, and then eventually it's just nothing. It's just concrete floor. So the arc was that she was like, and then something went wrong. Like the edges of the map started to turn into these voids. Like the idea was that like people were actually getting stuck in VR if they died in those voids. So like, that was like, it was like a population control thing or like something like that. Like
That's terrifying actually.
That's the whole deal. I probably scuffed that experience or that story a little bit, but like the idea is that the zone in the battle royale mode is not intentional to the lore of the story, and people are disappearing / dying in this zone.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I've always liked when there's like when you die in the game from this, you die in real life kind of thing. That's always been fascinating. But that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I mean, I would go watch 2054, and I would go watch that story trailer after the podcast because
2054.
2054 is when it's set. A virtual reality called Hyperscape. Yeah, like the top comments on the YouTube trailer are like, this game is the love child of Ready Player One and Sword Art Online. Yeah,
Sword Art Online.
But I would check it out and give it a look. Even if you're not particularly interested in the game, I think that redeemed it for me as a battle royale. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. At least
I don't mind that. That's actually interesting. I'm glad it's not just another mindless battle royale that's gonna have skins that are in microtransactions. They pay money.
I mean,
I'm glad it
no doubt will, but at least
at least they they give us something back for giving them all that money. A story at least.
Just to close out Ubisoft for a word. I don't know if I say that weird. I've always I heard it like someone from Europe say I don't know what I used to say. Ubisoft, but it's like Ubisoft if you say it correctly.
Ubi.
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Sweet. So we covered everything major.
Backpack.
Besides that, just to wrap up this topic, we got Just Dance 2020 getting 6 new tracks on the 23rd. MythQuest Raven's Banquet is an Apple TV show coming. The Crew 2 is getting a Beach and Neon Battle update and Summer Hollywood update. Division 2 has Easter eggs related to the show. I don't know. Trials Rising is getting a Giga track. Ghost Recon Breakpoint has a bunch of changes. AI teammates are finally coming to the game. I can't believe that's a headline that I'm reading right now. They are fully customizable.
Oh yeah, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Let me go on Steam and buy that right now.
Yeah, all set. Like you said, Brawlhalla coming to mobile August 6th with 50 more fighters. That's kind of huge.
Wait, you say 50?
50 more fighters. Which, I mean,
That's
to be honest,
a lot of characters to add to
I think the only thing with that is Brawlhalla fighters. I think there's only maybe 10 different weapons. So it's probably just a combo of the 2 weapons per character or something like that.
Oh, they don't have it's not like Smash for each individual character.
Yeah, there's I think there's a lot of overlap on the characters. I think it's
well, they have weapons you can pick up.
Yeah, but the weapons, for example, one of them's one will have dual daggers, and then the other thing will be like this rocket ball, and you cycle between those 2 weapons when you're picking them up on the map, but like a lot of other characters will have the same combo set. I think the only difference is like maybe one has a faster speed, one has like a faster, like, I don't know, like, I'm not really a fighter guy, but I think 50, like, that would be way too much for them to all have their unique abilities and balances.
Yeah, but I can I can see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really played Brawlhalla, I'll be honest. It's never ever caught my eye.
And then the one thing that is not on my list here, and I'm actually seeing another thing as I try and Google it, is we saw the actual, not the Rainbow Six clone that got shut down, but there's there it is, Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, which is going to be a mobile Tom Clancy's game.
Not this.
And,
Yeah.
I still don't. It's something. It has like Caveira on attack and like Monty on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
I've never been so upset by something like that. I saw that and I'm like, this is just a cash out. It's literally just a cash out on Ubisoft's favorite characters, like Monty.
Yeah, no doubt.
Caveira. Like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna play this mobile game for like a couple Rainbow Six Siege ops. And then don't forget this guy from Ghost Recon. You love him, right?
From Splinter Cell.
Yeah, that's probably the only one that actually matters out of the entire group. Mm-hmm. Like the only one that actually has face value is the guy from Splinter Cell. Everything else is like, I don't care who they are.
But I mean, according to this, all your favorite heroes and villains from Tom Clancy's video games. Collect and upgrade your favorite characters from Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, The Division, Splinter Cell, and more on a mobile device.
Oh yeah, The Division. I just love all those iconic characters from The Division, right?
Yep, definitely.
You know,
remember all those squad and stunning and dynamic 5v5 battles. Experience thrilling action in a campaign, a mobile campaign mode, with a unique Tom Clancy storyline. Challenge
ready?
Other squads.
This is the campaign.
Player versus player and guild versus guild. Yeah.
Fight one person. It's just gonna be like a map. The campaign is just. I bet you it's just gonna be like this map area, right, for individual sectors or something like that.
Right.
And it's gonna be like 5 battles per like sector. And it's like, here you fight 2 grunts. Here you fight 3 grunts, but with a shield. Here you fight 4 grunts. Like stuff. I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know why I'm making fun of this so much. Probably because it's just Ubisoft cashing out, and that's why I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make fun of it.
That's fair. They do have cash outs on that sense. But one thing I want to say is while I was trying to find this, to bring it up right now, Tom Clancy's mobile, I saw Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine, which we haven't seen any more on from the teaser trailer. That was a spin-off of the... forgive me, what was that? That was from Rainbow Six. Like, it was one of the things, right?
Yeah, that was Outbreak. So
Outbreak. It's supposed to be a spin-off of that, right?
Mm-hmm. So basically, crystal zombie creatures. It was actually a really cool mode, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was something just so out of the field for Rainbow Six Siege to do. Mm-hmm. It was just so interesting. Like, they just took, like, yeah, you're in this building, and you only fight in a building. And then they're like, all right, go kill zombies. And it's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, that was that was like when I came back to R6 briefly. Like, I played R6, like, a small portion, took a break, came back. I was like, what is R6 doing right now? I'm so confused. Like,
dude, it was fun. I would, like, play as the
menu was, like, gone. I was like, what is this game? I'm so, like, this is not what I remember. Yeah, but I thought Quarantine was supposed to be the mobile game. But
yeah, I was kind of hoping they would announce stuff like that.
Quarantine is going to be a 3-player tactical co-op shooter set several years future of the Rainbow Six universe, coming soon. So, I mean, hopefully we'll see that at the next Ubisoft Forward. There's got to be there's got to be at least one other title just like this that I completely forgot about. Like,
there's something important we're forgetting about.
Maybe something huge, something I can't wait to cover.
Ooh.
But
I mean, there's Just Dance 2020. That's the most important game of the year, honestly.
That's pretty huge.
True.
That's pretty huge.
It's still being released on, like, the Wii, which is crazy.
Wait. This is kind of interesting. So there's sorry to cut anyone off, but on the Rainbow Six Discord, the official Discord, there's like this thing called the R6 quarantine discussion where everyone just talks about the spinoff, and someone actually found they went on the Epic Games store, and it says like all the stuff from Ubisoft Forward, and it shows Far Cry 6, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Gods and Monsters, and then it says Rainbow Six Quarantine. And it says coming soon underneath.
Huh.
So that's interesting. And now everyone else is like flipping out about this right now in the little discussion area.
Oh, I
So
see
that's a
that,
nice
yeah.
little tease.
Yeah, it has a page on the Epic Games. It says available 2020, but that could be a throwaway.
No way, that's coming out in 2020.
Yeah, I mean it could come out.
We haven't even
for
like
all we know.
been given an idea of what it is.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, Carson. Maybe you're not a huge Assassin's Creed fan, but I know you're a big Halo fan. So what
Oh my god.
have you got for us?
Go off.
Halo 3 on PC. Finally.
Cool.
The best game ever on the best platform ever.
I only have nostalgia for
I need to
Reach
buy it.
and Forge, so
I have more nostalgia for Reach because I played it more, but Halo 3 was.
It's just
definitely enjoyed Halo 3.
legendary.
It's Halo 3. Like,
yeah. I mean,
it's the most epic game ever. Which is
I
weird
was
'cause
so
actually-
close to being the campaign on Legendary.
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, it sucked. Then I got to the flood mission and I just gave up.
Let's see, I mean, it's on PC. Cool. I haven't played it yet. I still regret not buying the whole Master Chief collection, like the $40 bundle, and just buying Reach. Because I probably should have.
$10
I did the
every
same.
single month the game comes out, and then you're like, nah, I'm not gonna buy OST or whatever. But now it's here on PC, and you're like, actually,
Yeah.
Wait, if you bought the Master Chief collection, do you automatically get
like
Halo
all these
3?
ones that are coming out.
Well,
I'm
you
pretty sure.
you can buy like the $40 bundle, which is CE 2, 3,
Should be
Reach.
Reach, yeah.
I think they might be adding ODST and eventually 4, or you can buy each game as its own separate thing for 9.
Yeah, I know that. I bought Halo Reach just by itself.
But if you
Mhm.
bought
And
the
I bought
$40
my-
bundle,
one of
it
my-
just adds.
Yeah,
up
and I
and
bought
takes
my
it.
friend the bundle. So I'm curious if he's about to just get Halo 3.
You should be, yeah. So I'm kind of out of the loop. As much as I was only an Xbox kid growing up, somehow I don't know. When was the last Halo? What was before? What was before Infinite?
It was Halo 5, which was 2015. I didn't play it because it was never on PC.
I played it. It was awful. It was
Okay.
probably the
But
worst
Halo
Halo
5
ever.
was directly before, or was it like a prequel or anything like that?
No, it was after Halo 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Which is
but
its own-
Halo Infinite is going to be like what is it, canonically right after Halo 5.
Yeah, like there's the original trilogy and then there's the Reclaimer trilogy, which is like they're kind of doing what Star Wars did. Hopefully not going to be as bad as what Star Wars did.
Wait, is this the last Halo or anything like that?
It's the last of the new trilogy. I mean,
Okay.
Halo Wars 3 maybe? I don't know. I thought Halo Wars 3 was fun.
Okay, I better catch up then because this.
They better redeem themselves,
this
dude.
is
'cause
like-
this is-
Yeah, terrible comparison. So this is like the end game, the Avengers end game of Halos, maybe?
Hopefully not, because I thought Endgame was kind of meh.
Oh,
but-
come on, man.
I mean,
First
listen.
Ready Player One, now this.
it's got to be the best Halo. It has to be because Microsoft, Xbox has to compete with Sony, and the only thing Xbox has going for it right now, after Sony just announced all those exclusives, the only thing that my Xbox has is Halo now. So if
Right.
Xbox messes up doing Halo good, doing it justice after Halo 5, then rip Xbox. I don't
I'm trying to
know.
think. Does Sony have a lot of exclusives right now? Like
Yeah,
I know
they got a
from like Sony or PlayStation Studios. I'm trying to think like what's going on right now, because like previously it was like Uncharted and stuff, but Uncharted's done with, right? So right now it's mainly like Horizon Zero Dawn and was Death Stranding and what else?
Yeah.
Like, what's the major PlayStation title
see.
right now? Like
The last-
obviously there's like
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
game?
and- yeah,
Spider-Man is really good.
Spider-Man, but
Would-
that's not really.
Let me pull up a
Sony,
list.
I don't think.
Would Horizon Zero Dawn count as an exclusive if it's on PC now?
I mean,
Is
like
that-
initially it was just in the same way Death Stranding,
I mean,
We got Ratchet and Clank, the new one that's coming out.
right?
Yeah. That's great.
You got the Final Fantasy 7. Well, that's already out, so I shouldn't say that. God of War, obviously.
Let me say it this way: what do you think rivals Halo the most in terms of like a really good story, like really iconic characters? What do we
Uncharted?
have right now? Yeah,
Uncharted.
Uncharted, but like I'm pretty sure that franchise is over with. Like I think the last one.
I don't know,
Maybe
do they
God
have
of
any?
War.
God of War is a
Maybe.
good one.
I mean, I thought that was a fantastic game. So
Hmm.
I just can't really think of any shooters. I mean, I know there's Killzone, but that's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
I know people won't agree, but I definitely think Persona is. I mean, for the weebs, at least the weebs of Sony, Persona is a very popular game.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
just unfamiliar.
Persona is just really. It's just like I said, it's just an anime game.
Mhm.
It's just so good. It has such a good story. I have Persona 5. I've watched all the other ones, and that, in my opinion, that's like the next. That's like in Japan. That's like the game for Sony.
Right. I mean, numbers-wise, the PlayStation's definitely winning. I just saw an article, I think it was last night, that they upped production of the PS5 by 50%. So they're definitely expecting the PlayStation 5 to win this, and I think market share-wise, it's going to. As much as I like the design, the minimalistic design of the Xbox Series X more, I think PlayStation 5 is going to take it this year.
They haven't announced a price, right?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's like the joke that's been going on.
It's in that
lately,
$400 to
they have-
$500 range usually.
It's like $500. Let's see, it's between $400 and $450.
Okay.
I mean, there's different versions. You got the digital only version.
Yeah. I hope that has a bigger hard drive or something.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I actually have. I mean, we'll talk. Oh, we want to talk about the Halo Infinite news real quick, and then I can mention something really exciting that I just learned about.
Sure.
I mean,
All right,
Halo
so
Infinite, all we really had was just a gameplay debut coming July 23rd at 9 a.m. Pacific.
at 9 a.m.
It's too early in the morning.
Yeah. A
All
little
right.
bit.
So the cool news that I have is that Lego just announced a really cool new set that's coming out pretty soon in August, actually, and it's a NES system. It's
Okay.
a Lego NES system, and it comes with it has a TV with Super Mario Bros. On it. It comes with a console, a controller, and then the Super Mario like game cartridge.
Oh, I'm
and
looking at it. It's actually kind of cool.
It's and the Mario, it's like a fully functioning side-scrolling thing with like going through a level.
Oh,
And it's
when you say
$230.
fully functional, you mean it's like you hit a crank and Mario goes
Yeah, you
through
see
the
the
level.
crank and then it moves.
I see.
Like that's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Like people are saying this is probably going to be like the best Lego set.
Except, how much was the NES when it came out?
It's up $100 before inflation, probably.
Yeah. This Lego set is
This
going to
is a
cost the
cool
same
set,
amount. The
I
NES
just know it's gonna
cost,
sell out so fast.
or maybe not, is roughly $100 bundled with the Super Mario Bros. Cartridge in 1987. This Lego set is going to be $229.
Wait, the
Wow.
Lego set itself is $220.
$229. Yep.
Holy.
Yeah. Well,
You get-
dude, it's a fully functioning.
But I mean,
This is actually pretty
it's not
cheap.
it's not like electronic. Like,
I know, but like it's still function. What Lego set has a panel that moves around and shows like an entire, almost like a level of Super Mario? It's a Lego, dude. It's not like a game. Like it's
yeah.
the fact that it's a bunch of
Yeah.
pieces that you're building together. That's awesome.
Is 2,700 pieces a lot of pieces? I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
I have not played with Legos in forever.
Yeah, I would say that's a lot.
I don't know. I have a Death Star in my garage that I've never built, and
I think the Death Star is probably more. Death Star.
I think the Death Star is like the biggest one.
Let me
Because
see how much.
I'm looking at it and it looks cool, but
The Death
is it a
Star is
one-
4,000 pieces.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's like two versions.
mean, The Death Star is $500 if you want to put that into perspective.
Yeah.
So, like I'm saying, like, yeah, it's expensive, but for what it is, that's pretty cool. I mean, Lego sets as a whole are very expensive. Like Kylo Ren's shuttle,
True.
which is only 1,000 pieces, is $130.
Mm-hmm.
So, you gotta gauge it like that. I don't know. I think it's really cool. Am I gonna buy it? No, but is it gonna look cool? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You're in a little office here. I'm not in that stage of my life, but I feel like inevitably I'll be the kind of streamer that has like the cube bookshelf behind me, and that'll be perfect for one of the cubes.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like just the generic YouTuber background, either the cubes or like the wooden shelf with the pipes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have that here. This is
You have a
something else.
you have a lot. It's an interesting.
Oh, this is not
scene.
my stuff. This is my dad's stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting scene. Yeah. Thank you for that Lego news.
It's exciting.
It's
What can I
almost
say?
as hype as it's getting dark in here now. It's almost as hype as when they added the Lego expansion to Forza, and you could drive a Lego car right next to a McLaren.
That I thought that was so awesome when I saw a YouTuber playing that. That's so.
funny.
It's just so. It was so wacky. I loved it.
Yeah.
Listen, Lego's making a comeback, and nobody's ready for it.
Nobody's ready for it. I feel like Lego has like probably an extremely like underrated market cap or something, or market shit, whatever. Like, I bet they dominate the toy market, and we're just not.
Oh, they
giving
probably
them
do. Like
credit.
nobody expects it.
But
I think they had the show too that came out recently. The build destroy thing. That was really cool. I actually watched like a couple episodes of that with my roommates. It was really entertaining. Just a
Right.
bunch of people building massive like masterpieces, and then the judge is like 7, even though it's this fantastic piece with like fully functioning, moving around parts, and then they crush it with a hammer.
yeah,
It's great.
Yeah.
See people's dreams get ruined.
I mean, there's like Legoland and stuff, but anyways, enough with the Legos. Shall we? Is there anything else we want to talk about today?
I don't know. I mean, we're at an hour already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are
I'm
still
good.
here, still listening, stream or Spotify or Anchor or wherever the heck you found us, thank you. Yeah.
Join our Discord, and you could give us more topics to talk about because gaming.
Because gaming.
We need more topics.
Because we don't want to really talk about Legos every time, but give us what you got.
I don't mind, but
Yeah. Well, I think I'll end it with one more fun fact, just food for thought. I want to give you the idea that back in 2012, Tencent, the huge Asian game company, I think they're behind like PUBG Mobile and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right.
They own a bunch of stuff.
They own a massive amount of stuff. Tencent. They invested $330 million in Epic Games back in 2012.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but $330 million back in 2012 got them a 40% stake at Epic and valued them at $825 million. 40%. Now, Sony invested $250 million, which is slightly less, but today that investment only gave them a 1.5% stake in the company because Epic is now valued at $17 billion.
$17 billion?
I think that's a little high. Because you probably just have a bunch of people and boardrooms like, yes, Fortnite prints money. They're worth that much money. Like, I know that makes a lot of. I know it makes a lot of money, but it's past
Games net worth 2020. 18 billion, yeah.
I think that's too high.
You think so? I mean,
Yeah.
Wait, I want
the
to
net worth
wait
of the
before
entire
and after
company.
Fortnite.
Yeah. I mean, we're not talking about just revenue here or anything like that. We're talking about, how many people have a stake in the game and its valuation, and they're also they're pulling in exclusive titles. They're doing a huge amount of sales on other things outside of Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean they also have Gears of War. They've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Don't they also have Unreal Engine?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have Unreal Engine. They have the Epic Game Store. If this puts it in perspective for you, before Fortnite, Epic Games was valued in total at $825 million, right?
Yep.
And then
2012.
when Fortnite was out in July, well, this is July 2018, then Epic Games bumped up like crazy to 4.5 billion. So,
It's pretty insane.
and then by the end of 2018, they got to 8.5 billion. So I can totally see how they're $18 billion now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
Fortnite's been out for a while. We kind of forget about that sometimes, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just some food for thought. Some
Food for thought.
insane valuations coming out there.
Carson, would you like to do the esports roundup?
Yeah, real quick. So, League Black won the UCSB x UCLA Summer Splash LOL tournament, which they won pretty handily. They also won some keyboards from Hyper.
Nice.
Pog.
Wait, they won keyboards?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Mechanical? Cherry Max Red?
I want to win a
I don't know.
keyboard.
They were pretty decent. It's a free keyboard for just winning in a community tournament. So
Playing the game you already play, and that's why you should go to cugaming.gg/esport. Just join our Discord and talk about joining our esports team.
yes.
I forgot
Hang
to-
out. Be cool. Be a gamer.
Is that
Yeah.
everything so far?
I think that
think
about
that's-
be it.
So
Yay.
as for the usual closing, we have Robert, who has done our graphics and stream. You also have Ben, who has uploaded all of our videos on YouTube. You can follow him at Twitter at DragonBirdLeda. Our project team is James, Josue, and Clovis. And finally, you can follow Leonardo on TikTok at General Dumplin.
That you.
Thank
can.
you.
Hey, don't forget about Carson. Unless I just toned out for the last 30 seconds, I don't think you put yourself on that list. And
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
don't.
host.
you're on that.
I mean,
You're-
Robert does the stream. I don't know how to do the streaming and graphics.
At this point.
Well, then why do
just
we
click the
mention
go
me?
live button.
Because it's kind of like that whole running joke, you know. We always mention that you're on TikTok and you're this TikTok famous guy.
Am I the comedic relief of us three?
Am I supposed
No,
to
I'm
make the
just
joke
like-
about TikTok potentially shutting down again? Which,
Yes.
Listen, they won't do it. I'm not going to get into that. They're not going to do it.
yeah. Well, I mean, Amazon sent out an email saying, please take it off your phone if you have an Amazon email. And then they said that email was a mistake, so they messed up. But, yeah, for now, General Dumpling will still be on TikTok. But the BuffCast will be not. The BuffCast will be right here on Twitch and on Anchor and Spotify and YouTube and all your other inboxes, usually Saturday. But,
Yes.
bye. That's
Bye-bye.
See
BuffCast
ya.
12. 13. 13.
13.
13.
13.